These are your fast facts on the setting of the book of Colossians. The first thing to note is that Colossae was experiencing a financial recession at the time of the writing of this epistle. Over 400 years prior, Cyrus the Younger had visited the region and commented on the wealth and size of the city of Colossae. But fast forward to the present, and commentators F.F. Bruce and Doug Moo will highlight that there had been a roughly concurrent decision at the time of the writing of this epistle for the trade route, the major one through the region that is, to bypass Colossae in favor of the neighboring Laodicea. The result was something analogous to what happened to Route 66 in the United States. As the larger road was cut, commerce, jobs, residents, all those followed the main trade route. The once thriving wool trade in Colossae began to trickle away. This sheds some light on Paul's use of financial terminology throughout the book. Early on, in chapter 1, verse 5, he expresses thanks that the Colossian believers have their hope in Christ, who is reserved like a buried treasure in the heavens for them. Their heavenly inheritance that we see talked about in chapter 1, verse 12, 3, verse 24, is of far more importance than earthly goods that are unworthy of our affections, which he addresses in terms of covetousness in chapter 3, verse 5. Paul even uses the analogy of debt, something they probably would have been well aware of, to explain how the cross of Christ addresses our sin problem in chapter 2, verse 14. The second fact about Colossae is that shortly after the writing of this letter, the city would be destroyed by an earthquake that would turn the city into a virtual ghost town. Today, the city remains unexcavated, its mysteries and story largely hidden under mounds of dirt. Your third fact about Colossae is that it was eclipsed by the cities of Hierapolis and Laodicea. Hierapolis became the new resort city with a strong industrial backing, and Laodicea became an economic powerhouse with a strong emphasis on medicine and education. Hierapolis and Laodicea are noted as other cities where Epaphras, the planter of the Colossian church, had invested his energies. You see that in chapter 4, verse 13. And Laodicea seems to be the recipient of yet another of Paul's letters. We see that in verse 16 of chapter 4. And while Paul's letter is now lost, another letter was written that included Laodicea that is in our canon. That's John's Apocalypse. It's worth noting that by the time that John writes, the church at Colossae receives no mention whatsoever when he highlights the top 7 churches in Asia. So in summary, we can say that Colossae was certainly the least important city to which Paul ever wrote an epistle. And those are your fast facts on the setting of the book of Colossians.